My father knows I go through a lot, and he knows I don't show it or talk about it because I figure he already has enough to deal with. Besides, I'm a big boy now. I should be able to handle my own problems. I can tell he wants to talk to me about my life and where I am with things, including my life in Atlanta, my business, my son, why my marriage failed, the situation with my sister, losing both of my grandparents within 2 years, my house that I neglected, which he takes care of like it's his own property, as well as my plans for the future. I know time is running out day by day for me to open up about these things, and I plan on doing so real soon. I just don't know how. I know he worries that I'm not doing what I should be regarding my family. That's not the example he set for me when I was a child. Family was first, family was priority. He might not have said it in words, but he showed it with his actions. Making sure I didn't want for anything, going to work day and night, keeping me busy with sports, never missing a game, yelling at the coaches and umpires when I didn't get fair treatment, yelling at me when I didn't give 100%. I never forget the lesson he taught me when I was a junior in high school. It was halfway through the football season, and I was over it because I felt as if I was better than any other players in my position, but I wasn't getting the playing time. I told him I quit, thinking he wouldn't care because I wasn't a football player anyway. Baseball was my sport. Playing football was just something I was doing to prove a point to my friends. On that day, he said something to me that stuck with me until this day. He said, "You can't quit. Don't be a quitter. If you don't want to play next year, fine, but finish this season and do the best you can." What I got from that conversation is that it's not always going to be easy. You're not always going to be the best. You're not always going to be perfect. But as long as you don't quit and do the best you can, no one can ask anything else of you, and you'll always be able to live with yourself. I didn't know it would come back 12 years later in my life when I started my first big business. Yesterday, I walked in the house from dropping my son off to his grandmother, and he had tears in his eyes. My stepmother had went online and showed him my hour-long video to two up-and-coming entrepreneurs about business and how I started from the ground up, which included difficult moments where I should have quit, but I didn't, because he didn't raise me to be a quitter. That very moment in 2003 comes up in my head every time things aren't as easy as I expected them to be. I noticed but didn't understand a lot of things about my father when I was growing up. Now that I'm older, I get it. I get why he loved the movie Rudy so much, because it was the story of a guy that wouldn't give up no matter what. You could knock him down, kick him, punch him. He would still find a way to keep trying. He had heart. I think more than anything I said in that video, from the number of employees I have to the total tally of shirts we sold to date, to the marketing schemes, to the amount of money we make on a monthly basis, he was most proud of the fact that I didn't give up. The fact that I didn't let a defining moment get the best of me, and I'm doing something with myself overall. It may not be the way he did it, but it's a way nonetheless. I could tell he was in disbelief because he had no clue. It's not something I talk about at all because I don't feel the need to. It doesn't change his love for me as his son, and it doesn't change my love for him as my father. At that moment, I could tell it relieved a lot of thoughts in his head about the way I was going about doing things that I do. Things that he may not understand in the early stages, but when they manifest, it's something special. Like the fact that I was able to afford to remodel the whole house in 2 months. The way he told the story of how my wife was excited to finally get what she'd been waiting almost 2 years for really put a smile on my face. For once, I think he began to understand that I wasn't letting him down. I was just doing it a different way, my way. Papa, you saved my life. You made me the man I am today. I don't say it enough, but I love you. I don't think it's a man in this world with a heart as big and as kind as yours. I'm proud to call you my father, and I'm glad you're proud of me and I'm glad you're proud of me as your son. Happy birthday.